Hey everybody, here's just a quick video on division of polynomials, principally using long division, and hopefully we'll discover a few things along the way. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to jog our memories on how to do long division in the first place. So first up we need to set it out like this. Now we could say it's 394 divided by 7. But we set it up with three parts or two parts to it we're going to look at here. This bit here, the 7, is called the divisor. This part here is called the dividend. And we are going to write the answer up on top, and that is called the quotient. Okay, 3 words to remember there. All right, let's get into it. First thing we need to do, we need to ask ourselves, remember, we're going to check how many 7s there are in 3, working through. Doesn't go in. So what we then do is we look to the next one. We combine it into the 39, right? So how many 7s in 39? There are 5. What we then do is we come back around, we multiply that quotient number by the divisor, what we were dividing by, and write our solution to that underneath. So that is 7 times 5, or 5 times 7 is 35. Draw a line. Now we have to subtract this number. I'm going to do something a little bit different here because it applies to when we're dealing with polynomials. I'm going to put that 35 in brackets. 39 minus 35, we all know, is 4. All right, next step. If you remember, bring down the 4, down here. 7, do this whole thing again. 7 into 44. How many 7s in 44? 7 6s are 42, so there are 6. 6 times 7, working around the outside, is 42. Let's put it in brackets and subtract it again. 44 minus 42 is 2. That's our remainder. Because 7 doesn't go into 2 and we've got no more numbers to deal with. That's all we need to do with polynomials. I know you can go on with the number and do 0.0000, but we're not going to do that. So when we would write our solution, we would write solution is 56, remainder 2. Okay, now it's time to start looking at polynomials and division. All right. First example, we've got an expression here, polynomial, x squared plus 9x plus 20. And we're going to divide that by x plus 5. Another way to think about it, how many x plus 5s go into that expression? As you probably guessed, we're doing long division. So first step is going to be, we have to write it as long division. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do, we need to divide this part. Remember what that was called? That's called the divisor, into the dividend, and we're going to get the quotient. So we're still going to go around in this circle, but we can only do one term at a time. Now we've got 2 terms in the divisor. Again, only do the first term. How many x's? And we're going to do this one term at a time too. So how many x's go into x squared? Another way to think about it is x times what is x squared? So x times x is x squared. Now, coming back the other way, coming down the way, we need to do this x up here times the divisor. And again, we've got the 2 terms, but we're going to do one at a time. So first up, we're going to do x times x, and then we're going to do x times 5. And we're going to write this solution under the polynomial. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is plus 5x. Draw our line. Remember, put that in brackets. It gives you an idea to keep it together. And we're going to subtract it. Same as the other way, as just dealing with numbers. All right, next step. Subtract it, obviously, to give an extension for our polynomial. So if we've done this right, this x squared here take away this x squared, should always cancel each other out. And we've done this right, so I'm just going to cross that, cross that. That's correct. Now we have 9x, take away positive 5x. I always find it's a good idea, particularly you've got to remember your sign combos, so minus positive. I say that in my head or out loud, up to you. Minus positive makes a minus, and then do it 9x minus 5x. So 9x minus 5x is 4x. Now, as with long division, we're going to bring down the next term, which is plus 20. Same deal again, go back to the x. That's our first one. We're going to divide that x into 4x. So x times what is 4x? So x times 4. So plus 4. X times 4 is 4x. 4 times x becomes 4x. 4 times 5 is 20. Put it in brackets, minus 2. Now you see we've repeated this twice. 4x minus 4x is 0. 20 minus positive. So 20 minus positive is minus. 20 minus 20 is 0. So there is 0 remainder. All right, so when you would do this finally, you would write a solution. So the solution is the quotient. So it's x plus 4 is our remainder. Sorry, not our remainder, our answer. There was no remainder. If you did have a remainder, you would write the remainder something over here. This one doesn't have a remainder. Now, just checking, sorry, one last step. The process is, for this, you just repeat this x plus 5 or the x into whatever level. It can keep going. You can have 5 or 6 levels. You just keep doing that process going around x into whatever's there. Sorry, x into whatever's there, x into whatever's there, x into whatever's on the next level. And keep going around in that circle until you run out of terms. Okay. Just as an aside, those of you who are thinking quickly, and we've just done some factorising, x squared plus 9x plus 20. What are the two factors of x squared plus 9x plus 20? Yep, you're right. X plus 5, x plus 4. So dividing is another form of another way to say factorising. This is just another way to do it. But this is only the case if your remainder is 0. All right? The next couple of examples are not going to have a 0 remainder. It's concentrating on the dividing. Therefore, they are not factors. They are only factors if your remainder is 0. Okay, let's have a look at the next two. All right, first one we've got here, we've got x squared plus 4x plus 1 divided by x minus 5. All right, x into x squared. X times what is x squared? Well, that is just x. So for this first one, I'm just going to put my arrows back up here to remind me. And when I multiply on the way out, all right, x times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is minus 5x. Draw my line, put it in brackets, and minus. Have we done it right? X squared minus x squared cancels out. Perfect. 4 minus negative 5x. Minus negative 5x becomes plus 5x. Again, say it in your head so you don't make a mistake. 4x plus 5x is 9x. Bring down the plus 1. X times what is 9x? So x times 9. So plus 9 goes up the top. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times negative 5 is negative 45. This bit's a demonstration of why we need to use the brackets. All right, 9x minus 9x disappears straight away. 1 minus negative. Minus negative turns into a plus, doesn't it? So it becomes 1 plus 45, which is 46. Now you can see we've got a remainder this time. So our solution is x plus 9, remainder 46. Now all that means is that x minus 5 is not a factor of this polynomial. We've got a remainder. So if we're going to try to find factors by using division, we'd have to try something else like x minus 4, x minus 3, x minus 2, x plus 1. All right? But x minus 5 is not a factor because of the remainder. Next question. Looks pretty similar. The process is almost exactly the same, but have a look at the divisor here. We've got an x squared term, and then we go straight to minus 5. We've got no x term in the middle. The process is almost exactly the same, but I'm going to show you a little trick in the middle to help us avoid making mistakes. Right, x squared times what is x cubed? That is x squared times x. X times x squared becomes x cubed. Right? X times negative 5 is minus 5x. That's not just an x term, is it? This is our x term down here. So I'm going to write our minus 5x down here. In the middle, though, I'm going to write plus 0x. That's just a little trick to make sure that we don't put things in the wrong column and try to subtract things in the wrong order. All right, underline, brackets, minus. X cubed minus x cubed disappears. We've got 0x, whoops, that should have been an x squared, shouldn't it? Thanks for picking that up. 2x squared minus 0x squared, so that just leaves us with 2x squared. Negative 4x minus negative, so it's plus, so negative 4x plus 5x is just plus x. Okay, let's bring down our 1 down the end. X squared into 2x squared. So x squared times what is 2x squared? Is times 2, so plus 2. So 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Again, that's the next term. So our negative 10 we really want under here. So minus 10. In the middle, we'll put plus 0 x's. There's our brackets, minus underline. What have we got left? 2x minus 2x squared minus 2x squared disappears. X minus 0x, so we're left with an x there, aren't we, this time? 1 minus negative, so plus, so 1 plus 10 is plus 11. So we've still got a remainder. Can we go any further? Check. Does x squared go into x? No, it doesn't. So that is our remainder down the bottom. Solution. X plus 2, remainder, x plus 11. Last one, I promise. This one is very, very similar to the last one we just did, except this one, we've got the x minus 1 out the front, but in here we've got x cubed, and then we jump straight to negative 1. So because I've got the 0x squared and the 0x in here, I'm going to rewrite this whole thing and add those 0x's in. So we've got x minus 1 into x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x, then minus 1. Extend that along a little bit. All right, same old process. X into x cubed is x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is minus x squared. Brackets, minus, underline. X cubed minus x cubed disappears. 0x squared minus negative, so plus x squared. We're left with, of course, positive x squared. Bring down the 0x. X into x squared is plus x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is minus x. Brackets, minus, underline. X squareds cancel out. 0x squared minus minus again, so it's plus. So we're left with positive x. bring down the -1. I think you can see where this one's going. X into x goes 1. 1 times x is x. 1 times -1 is -1. Brackets minus. Okay, what's going to happen? X's disappear. And then we're left with -1 minus positive, so plus. -1 plus 1 is 0. So our solution for this one is x squared plus x plus 1. You don't need to write remainder 0 because there is no remainder. All right, that's it for examples. Let's go on and have some fun doing some long division. Bet you never thought you'd say that.